Hi. If you are feeling especially depleted, worn out, drained, off your game, raw, brittle, edgy, unmoored at sea, you are not alone. I've been feeling this way for about a month, hence my lack of posts. I've needed to be in a really inward place, navigating my way through here. Just about every one of my clients is in this space. So many of my students, after just 1 week of teaching, have shared the same with me. Needless to say, we are in strange, surreal times, lots of uncertainty, lots of upendings. However, what this video is about today is how it is that we so often and very understandably confuse the symptoms of deep growth, of deep seismic transformation, with the symptoms of depression looming or something gone terribly wrong. Think about birth for a second, right? When we give birth, it is messy, it is a rupture, it is painful as all get out. But inside of that hot mess is new life. This is the creative process. And because we are a culture that pathologizes pain and commodifies that pathology, we are so bereft usually when it comes to not just white knuckling at best, but even thriving through the process of transformation, a process that can feel scary, unnerving, uncertain, not good, and can leave us feeling especially vulnerable and fearful and self-protective. So if you're feeling any of this stuff, I want to offer you a protocol to shift from resisting the pain you're feeling, the awful place you're feeling right now, into a place of curiosity, a place where you can start to build the skills that will allow you to not only survive, but thrive through the creative process, through your own becoming, and not do what so many of us do, which is sabotage prematurely the breakthrough that is right on the other side of this break that you're experiencing right now. So the first thing that I invite you to do is just take a deep breath. And then, number one, I want you to notice your tendency to judge the way you're feeling as bad and wrong. Just notice yourself doing that. 2, I want you to notice the tendency you have to judge yourself as flawed because these feelings that you're having are bad and wrong. That judgment of self might look something like, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, something's really, really wrong with me way deep down, I'm flawed, oh my God, here I go again. Just notice, these are the typical narratives that so many of us have, but when we're inside of them, we're thinking we're the only one that does. And number 3, notice how you want to resist these feelings by buffering, by avoiding, by distracting, by overeating, overdrinking, drugs, through mindless scrolling. Again, this is not an invitation to shame yourself at all. It's just an invitation to notice yourself as human. So 1, notice how you have these feelings that don't feel good. Notice how you judge them. You label them as wrong and bad. Notice how you then label yourself as wrong, as insufficient, as not enough. And notice how you want to avoid all of that shit by distracting yourself with harmful behavior, with short fixes. That's just the thing we do, okay? Just notice it and don't make yourself bad for noticing. Now, here's how you can shift. Move from criticism to curiosity. You've already done this in part 1, just shifting from mindless, habitual reactivity to these feelings that don't feel good to noticing how you actually execute that resistance. You've just begun shifting from criticism to curiosity. Curiosity is your best friend. Move from criticism to curiosity, and now I want you to do that in your body. So all of this analysis paralysis, all of this searching and diagnosing and trying to figure out what's wrong and why you feel this way, let it be. Hand on your heart, hand on your hand, and move into your body. What do these feelings appear like in your body? What is the sensation they express themselves as? Is it a buzzing in the throat, a constriction in the chest, a queasiness in the belly? Is it a temperature, cool, warm, hot? Is it agitation? Is it activation? Is it weight? Is it light? What does this feel like in your body? Just notice without any judgment. Judgment prevents intimacy. Judgment is a prophylactic to feeling and to knowing. So drop the judgment, let your emotions be neutral, and notice how they appear as sensation alone in your body. That's number one. Number two, catch yourself in either or thinking. We are taught, especially in the world of personal development and self-help and conscious growth, we are so often taught that we never inhabit love and fear simultaneously. Where the fuck did that come from? That is just not true. It is such a lie. Of course we inhabit love and fear all the time. Anyone who has navigated a long-term serious romantic relationship knows that so often, in fact, at the crux of vulnerability is love and fear merged. So let that story rest. Allow yourself to feel all of what you feel. Give yourself permission to feel love and fear, to feel gratitude and fear, to feel love and critique, to feel criticism and compassion. In fact, I'd love you to get out a pen and a paper and in one side write down all the things you're grateful for right now, even if they seem out of reach. And write down all the things you're afraid of right now, even when they seem right close. And continue to do this. Pair up seemingly opposite emotions and watch yourself move between the two. As you do this, you literally widen your capacity to be present to yourself right now. And the impulse to recoil from what hurts and doesn't feel good starts to dissolve as you condition your ability to be more and more present, more and more capacious with regard to who you are right now. And then the very last thing I want you to do is just breathe. Allow yourself to believe that this too belongs. Allow yourself to believe that just because it doesn't feel good doesn't mean that something's wrong. In fact, your pain, what hurts, if you can develop the capacity to be with it, rather than pathologize and push it away, you will discover that it is the portal to your greatest becoming. You may very well be right inside of the heat of your creative process, right inside of deep seismic transformation and growth. But if you mistake what hurts as a signal for something desperately wrong, you can so easily sabotage your own process of growth. Moreover, when you stop pathologizing what hurts as bad, you become familiar. You can lean into what doesn't feel good and get clarity on the changes you might in fact like to make. Get clarity on what isn't working, those relationships, that job, your mindset, your habits, whatever isn't working for you. You're so much more likely to change those things if you in fact can feel into the pain surrounding them. Okay, if you want any support with any of this, go to the link in my bio if you're on Instagram here and sign up for a free 60-minute session, or if you're on Facebook, click the link below in the comments and you can do the same. I'd love to help you. I'd love to help you really see your own process through.